Good day, I'm Carrie Ann Smith, and this is your JIS news for Thursday, July 3. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller has committed Jamaica to deepening relations with Spain as part of expanded cooperation between the Caribbean community and that European nation. She points out that Spain has made significant contributions to Jamaica's economy, especially through investments in tourism and support for the health sector. Mrs. Simpson Miller was speaking in Antigua and Barbuda Wednesday during an exchange between CARICOM heads of government and Spain's Prime Minister as part of the 35th meeting of CARICOM heads. In an interview with JIS News, the Prime Minister meanwhile stressed the importance of the CARICOM meeting, saying it was an important tool for finding solutions to critical issues affecting the region.
As we continue to discuss the single market and the economy, I think it is very important for us as heads and officials to meet here to discuss issues that impact in a serious way the lives of our people in our region.
Among other things, CARICOM heads are discussing a strategic plan for growth, development and collaboration among member countries. The Conference of Heads of Government meeting concludes on Friday. In the meantime, Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller has lauded Dominica for amending its constitution to adopt the Caribbean Court of Appeal as the country's final appellate court. The congratulations were conveyed during talks with Dominica's Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit at the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting. Mrs. Simpson Miller said the constitutional amendment was a vote of confidence in the CARICOM regional institution and the high quality of the jurisprudence in the region. She reasoned that Dominica had set an example for several other CARICOM member states, including Jamaica, which is yet to adopt the CCJ as their final appellate court. The National Water Commission, NWC, will be further limiting water provided to customers in an effort to stretch the supply as drought conditions persist. Portfolio Minister Robert Pickersgill told Parliament on Wednesday that the situation was bordering on a crisis and drastic measures had to be taken.
Indeed, the amount of rainfall we received island-wide fell below the 30-year average for what is normal at this time of the year and was not enough to make up the deficit of the dry season between December 2013 and April 2014.
As a result, he has instructed the NWC to issue a prohibition notice by this weekend for the washing of cars, watering of lawns, and the filling of swimming pools, among other activities.
We will be adopting a zero-tolerance approach to certain activities. Persons who are found to be in breach of the prohibition will be taken before the resident magistrate's court and may be directed to pay a fine.
By law, the NWC has the power to issue water use prohibition notices during times of drought. Persons found guilty can be fined or imprisoned. In the meantime, the Rapid Response Unit is to begin trucking water to the most drought-affected areas across the island. The exercise begins Thursday in Clarendon and South St. Elizabeth.
We will be making available two 8,000-gallon trucks from the Rapid Response Unit to truck water to persons in Clarendon. In South St. Elizabeth, in addition to allocation of funds for the trucking of water, we will also be dispatching three 8,000-gallon trucks for the trucking of water.
Persons can also buy water by going to any commercial bank and request the manager's check payable to the National Water Commission. And the Water Ministry will continue the rehabilitation of catchment tanks island-wide. For their part, members of the public are urged to conserve on water as much as possible as the current drought situation is expected to worsen. The Ministry of Health has put systems in place to deal with the threat of a Chikungunya outbreak in Jamaica. There have been no reported cases in Jamaica, but several other Caribbean countries have reported an outbreak of the virus.
We have sensitized our health professionals on the management protocols. We are monitoring the environmental conditions and have put measures in place to facilitate early detection.
The Health Minister made that report while delivering his sectoral presentation in Parliament on Tuesday. The Aedes aegypti mosquito, which transmits dengue fever, also carries the Chikungunya virus. To help prevent a local spread of the virus, Minister Ferguson urged Jamaicans to destroy mosquito breeding sites around their homes, workplaces, schools, and other locations. And finally, the Health Ministry is working towards developing a roadmap for achieving universal health coverage.
Universal health coverage implies, and I quote, all people have access without discrimination to nationally determined sets of promotive, preventive, curative, and rehabilitative basic health services needed.
Among the steps being taken are investment in equipment and the physical plant at primary and secondary healthcare facilities, introduction of a GOJ health card, and implementation of the vital, essential, and necessary VEN list of medication. The Health Ministry, in collaboration with the Pan American Health Organization, will also host a high-level strategic dialogue in the second quarter of this year to support development of the blueprint for universal health coverage. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.